Alright, so I know a few days ago I did a video talking about new MK guest characters for Combat Pack 2. In fact, it was like last weekend I talked about it. Well, we got some news, and I'm going to talk about like how it correlates to the last one, to the last video I did, talking about MK guest characters for Combat Pack 2. Now, the big thing you have to understand is that these always change, and this time it's a little more credible because it's from the same person who leaked all the information about it being MK1, and then the DLC being Peacemaker and Homelander, and then it got revealed later that Omni-Man was going to be part of the group. So this guy is like, usually this guy, and like I said, 8 out of 10 times these days when Mortal Kombat gets leaked, 8 out of 10 times it turns out to be right. So let's get into talking about like this video and what the implications are. Now, previously I had said that one of the guest character list for next Combat Pack was Deathstroke, Harley Quinn, and Doomslayer. But that has been a change because the game has been data mined and leaked for future Combat Pack involving the next DLC characters, and it references certain characters. Such as, once again, Serena is brought up, which was part of the leak, as well as Noob Saibot, and as well as Kano. Those were all mentioned. So yeah, they're there. But the ones that really got everyone were, like, the two big ones, and people have kind of described it as, it's gonna be Conan the Barbarian and Ghostface. Now, we haven't had a horror character since MKX, and it'd be really cool to have Ghostface. But yeah, I just did a Conan video not too long ago, so to have Conan the Barbarian here is really cool. Not to mention, if this is true, it's gonna be awesome to see Ghostface, another horror character, a part of the Mortal Kombat universe. I'm very excited to see what they could do with Ghostface, and they could get the voice for it. They can get his voice actor for him, Roger. I think the last name. Roger Jackson. Roger Jackson. Who, funny enough, I always bring this up, but like, it's the same guy who voices Mojo. So the same guy who goes, "Curses," is the same guy who goes, "What's your favorite scary movie?" I can't do Ghostface, but you get the fucking idea. Anyway, so now you're probably wondering, they talked about, we don't know if Doomslayer's still on that list, and I'm still of the proponent of, I think he's going to be a Doomslayer would be a guest cameo character. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards, is that Doomslayer will be a guest cameo, but the reason why, we'll talk about this right now, is why did they say, Harley and Deathstroke when now we're seeing stuff for, Ghostface and Conan? I got a good reason for that. Placement. Replacements in case something goes wrong. Remember, the biggest thing that from MK11 was we were supposed to get Ash in MK11, but rights fell into place, and things happened, and that's how we ended up with RoboCop, and then followed up with Rambo, because they couldn't get Ash. So they did the next best thing and went, well, if we can't get him, we'll get someone else. So it could be that the rights are the rights are always coming into it. Like, who's gonna play? Who has the bigger? People always play who's got the bigger, financial dick when it comes to movie studios. Now, I don't know who has the rights for Conan, but let's talk about like the guy, like Ghostface. Ghostface is the one we can talk about, because Conan the Barbarian's rights are kind of, I don't know, but they are under the Robert E. Howard estate. I do know that, so I don't. But movie-wise, I don't know, and who they have to talk to get those rights. But still, now Ghostface is a little easier because it's from Paramount. Now, if you guys remember, way back in MKX, Jason got away with getting into Mortal Kombat right before the rights issue happened. Like, I think it was like they released Jason right before the legal issues happened. Now, the thing you have to remember is that Paramount owns directly the character of Ghostface in the Scream franchise, and they have been very stingy as of late. They have been incredibly stingy Look what they did to Nev Campbell, right? So it could be that like at the 11th hour they don't come up with with the rights, and they'll have to replace it with somebody. So who they would replace it with is a DC character. They can get access to those characters. It wouldn't be that hard for Ed Boon and everyone else to grab those characters and be like, oh, okay, that's why I think Deathstroke and Harley are there, is to fill in case one or both of those characters fall through. Hell, Doomslayer probably ain't even, 100% at this point either. So we could get a guest cameo character, but it might not be Doomslayer, if at all. So that's why I think they were like Harley and Deathstroke were mentioned a lot, because they could get those characters. That's the big thing, is that rights could fall through, and they could be, this is the Harley and Deathstroke are the backup plans. Not to say that we could still see them in the game. I'm not saying like we won't see Harley. We may not see Harley and Deathstroke in a combat pack or something. There's a chance that we could get Combat Pack 3, and that's where Harley and or Deathstroke show up in that game or in that expansion. But there is a chance that could happen. Now, assuming this is true, which again, 8 out of 10 times these leaks are right. How cool would the big thing is, what could you do for fatalities for Ghostface? I think it'd be really cool is a direct reference to the first movie with Drew Barrymore's death, where she's running and then it all goes slow-mo and you could actually have it that the fatality is the other character runs away and Ghostface chases them down in slow motion, just grabs them and just starts stabbing at them in a more gorier death of Drew Barrymore's character, just splitting her stomach open, all the guts fall out, something like that. I would even say the Combat Pack 2 trailer would be really cool if if they do it like a Ghostface when they release his character, like Johnny's at home and he picks up the phone and he's like, hello, who is this? And he's like, Johnny, what's your favorite Mortal Kombat game? And then Ghostface just comes out and just starts stabbing the shit out of Johnny. You can even have it what would be really fun also is if it's revealed Ghostface was a Mortal Kombat character, because that's the whole thing with Ghostface, is that Ghostface is anybody. It's not just one person. But I think it would be funny, in the end of the game when we do his story, his after story. He takes off the mask and it's revealed to be I don't know, Cassie or Cassie or fucking Takeda, not Takeda, but Kung Jin or one of the original Kid characters. That just it's from a timeline where they went nuts and they took on the face of the Ghostface to kill everyone in this timeline to get revenge or something. Or it'd be even I'd also accept. I'm just saying that would kind of play in the meta commentary of the game, and I think it would also be fun if they brought back actually, I'll tell you what else I would really accept is they take off Ghostface removes the mask and it's Stu. This is where Stu went. He ended up in the Mortal Kombat universe for some reason. I don't know how you could do that, but you could have it that Stu Macher somehow got pulled into whether he got mixed up with Kano or got or his soul when he died, he got taken to the Netherrealm and worked for Quan Chi. He got resurrected as a Revenant for Quan Chi, and he just became Ghostface. So either one of those I'd be really cool with. Also, that would really play with the whole thing of the kind of a reference to Matthew Lillard Shaggy, but only using 1% of his power. I think that would just be awesome. You could either do MK Kid character or some other MK just barely remembered Mortal Kombat character, or it's Stu Macher, or it could be a resurrected Billy Loomis. Because Skeet Ulrich's still alive, too. So one of those. As for Conan, the thing of it is that they haven't really described Conan exactly, but from the descriptions in the leaked dialogue for Combat Pack 2, the dialogue describes either, people have said, it may not be Conan, it could be Kotal Khan, or it could be He-Man. I don't think it's going to be He-Man. I think they like He-Man's too much. Like He-Man could be in Mortal Kombat, but I don't see him being gore. Like there's no way Mattel's going to let He-Man get fucking murdered. There's no way. Now they would probably let He-Man in Injustice. I mean, hell, they technically did in the Injustice He-Man crossover, so it wouldn't be that far off to have He-Man in like Injustice 3 if and when we get it. But Kotal would probably be another like replacement character if we couldn't get Conan the Barbarian. As for who could voice Conan, guys, you gotta get Arnold this time. Get his likeness, make it movie Conan, and yeah, come on. You did that with Terminator. You just didn't have the voice, so this time around, get him full time. Like get all of Arnold. Like you could have it be like King Conan, and he now like his end story could be him ruling over the realms at the end of the story, and just like have it like his storyteller, like have Greg Baldwin do the voiceover, just like how Mako did in the original 2 movies. Anyway, but like I said, you always have to even though these rumors are usually 8 out of 10 times right, you always got to take them with a grain of salt. And again, rights could happen, something could fall through, who knows? And maybe it could be all. There's always that fact that it could all be bullshit, but who knows? But in the meantime, you guys tell me in the comments below. Do you think Ghostface and Conan the Barbarian are coming to Mortal Kombat? Are you guys excited? Do you guys want that? Are you guys excited? Just comment below. Let me know. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. And again, it could be that we may not get either, and we get Harley or Deathstroke or someone else. So there's always that. But once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.